Hello, I'm Augusta Myers with the Mid-Region Council of Governments, and today we're talking about a really cool program that kicked off this time last year called TechHire New Mexico. And with me in studio to talk about it today is New Mexico Workforce Connection Workforce Administrator Geraldine Sands, and also Tanya Rollins, who is the Program Director for TechHire New Mexico. Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was saying it kicked off about a year ago, but really TechHire New Mexico started accepting applicants about this time last year. It's actually been in existence for about a year and a half, and that's due to a $4 million grant that the New Mexico Workforce Connection applied for. Tell us about that, Geraldine.
Yes, in late 2015, USDOL, the United States Department of Labor, released some money in regards to H-1B partnership grants. And the Central Region, New Mexico Workforce Connection, and a few partners went in and applied for the grant and did receive a 4-year, $4 million grant from USDOL for these tech hire industries in Central New Mexico.
Wow, $4 million. And I understand that New Mexico was one of maybe a handful that actually received the grant. So it was quite a feather in our cap in Central New Mexico.
It definitely was. It was something that we had never done before, and it was quite a feather in our hats for Central New Mexico, for employers and job seekers alike.
That's great. And Tanya, you've been the program director for a year and a half now with TechHire New Mexico. Tell us about what TechHire is. We know we got the grant, but what does TechHire really offer to job seekers and employers in Central New Mexico?
Well, the grant is focused on training individuals between the ages of 17 and 29, IT skills. It's accelerated learning programs really is the model that we're focused on. And once they've completed their IT training, then the second part of the program is that we work with IT employers within the Central New Mexico region and get them placed in IT jobs.
Wow, it sounds almost too good to be true. Like we're creating sort of a pipeline, if you will, for employers to have very good applicants, candidates for their positions, and we're training job seekers in the IT field to get well-paying jobs.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Wow, yes. and we've now been doing this for a year, and how has it been going?
The program has been going great. We're learning new things every day, which is to be expected, as Geraldine mentioned, it's a new grant. But we've made a lot of progress. We're doing continual outreach with IT and IT-related employers, determining what their hiring needs are, and then making every effort to match those hiring needs to the individual participants to focus their training, as you said, to build this pipeline.
That's cool. And there's also really this isn't for people necessarily. I mean, it's for people who have an interest in the technology field, but certainly also for people who think they might have an interest. Maybe they're good at video games or they like working with computers. I mean, this isn't just for, I want to make sure we make the distinction that this isn't for people who already have skills in the IT field, but those who are quite interested in it as well, between 17 and 29.
Right. Some of our participants do already have a background in IT, somewhat limited, and what they're looking for are skill upgrades. Maybe they need a specific certification in order to get on with their dream employer. There are different scenarios that we encounter on a daily basis. It's not a one-size-fits-all, which is the nice thing about this program. It is very flexible, so we're able to do a lot of customization to meet not only the needs of the employers, but the aptitudes and preferences of the individual participants.
Right, because the IT field is a pretty broad field.
It is.
Recently, I had an opportunity to talk to one of the TechHire New Mexico completers, and she got a job in the IT field here locally, and also got a chance to talk with her employer. Let's hear from them and see how they like the TechHire New Mexico program.
I think the TechHire program is really great. They really wanted to work with every applicant before they approve people in the program. I was really interested in being part of the TechHire program to attend the deep dive coding bootcamp, and when I discovered they provide tuition assistance and job support and potential on-the-job training, I thought I have nothing to lose. I will give this a shot.
I found out about the TechHire program by in just seeing some of these talented candidates that we wanted to interview through things like the coding boot camp is where we first saw Shalyn.
So I've always been interested in technology. I just didn't think I would actively pursue it as a profession. I think just through past job experiences using different softwares and trying to find solutions to those softwares, I feel like maybe my fit is more in creating solutions with software and then learning the technical side.
I mean, almost I hired Shalyn not thinking she's coming from the TechHire program, but just here's a talented candidate out there that we'd love to have part of our team. So here at Blue Ink, we build e-signature software, and our product is called Blue Ink. It's a e-signature and document review platform that is relatively new to the marketplace.
I work closely with Zach and the rest of the software development team. We're constantly optimizing for efficiency, so that can be a variety of tasks, from updating our existing software code base, maintaining watching out for any bugs or any issues with our platform, so that live customers don't encounter those issues.
We provide a platform for our clients across many industries to get their documents signed electronically. So we are e-signature software, but we offer a lot of additional features on top of that. As a startup, there's plenty to do every day, and so anything that helps you get access to a stream of qualified folks and can help save you time and help find those talented individuals is a big win.
I find it very interesting. There's always lots to learn with the technologies we're working with, and always room for, how are we going to make things as competitive, and very easy to use.
Seeing Shalyn and knowing her background of coming through this coding boot camp, we had, I think, reasonable expectations that she's newer or earlier in her career, but we can see that track record of her being motivated and eager to learn, and very capable of picking up and mastering these new technologies.
I definitely recommend the TechHire program to anyone who's interested in changing their careers into technology. The program managers have been very communicative in terms of guiding any challenges I've had or what kind of jobs I'm looking forward to after I complete the coding bootcamp. So I thought it was a very great program.
We've made a real effort to be homegrown and to hire locally and to not outsource to other states. So anything that we can get in terms of support, we're very appreciative.
I find my work now very rewarding and very satisfying. Learning every day and being able to think ahead in the future. I think when you realize you're thinking about work outside of your normal work hours, that's how you know it's very enjoyable.
Wow, what a great opportunity for Shalyn. And I understand she was actually one of the first completers of the TechHire New Mexico program.
She was one of the first participants that was enrolled, and one of the first female participants. So
good for her.
Another recruiting strategy. We're trying to reach as many female participants as we can.
And how has it been going? Is it kind of even with females and males, or is it more? It's more male based, yeah,
right.
As you would think IT
right.
might be, but. Luckily, we do see the girls making some headway, so good for Shalyn, and that was great to share her story. Now we talked about earlier how participants need to be between age 17 and 29, but there are really three main focus areas that we were talking about. Tell me about those within the IT, under that IT umbrella.
For IT training,
yes.
Most of the participants that we've seen are interested in web development, software development, or cybersecurity. But in terms of the IT training, we're not limited. Really, the sky's the limit. There are a lot of different areas within IT that one can go into. This program, we do require that the individuals, once they complete their training, it needs to result in an industry-recognized credential of some sort. And the credentials are what allows the participants to get in with a good
Sure.
IT employer, and then, of course, climb the ladder after that.
That's great. And we also were talking about, it's not just 17 to 29, but there are some eligibility requirements as well.
Yes, other than being 17 to 29 years old, the participant or the possible participant also needs to have some barriers. And that can be barriers to employment, barriers to education. There are many ways that we can qualify the individual. And the staff works really hard at doing that. Again, as Tanya mentioned before, this is not a cookie cutter program. They deal with the individual, what their barriers are, what their strengths are, and tries to find the correct training for them.
Sure.
We want everyone to be successful, that we get eligible and comes into the program, and we want these successes to carry through to the employer as well. Right. So we can hopefully get more of those high-paying IT employers to come to the Central Region and to come to New Mexico in general.
Sure. And we've been talking a lot about the eligibility for the participant for the TechHire New Mexico program, but how do you reach out to potential employers who partner with TechHire New Mexico to also be part of the program?
Really, it's just a matter of meeting with them, determining what their specific IT needs are, and then trying to address those via the various training programs that we're able to enroll participants in. And again, it has everything to do with the individual participants' aptitude and their desired job title.
Sure.
and what they want to do. But it's kind of a matching game.
Right.
Once we get the participants enrolled and learn what the employer's needs are.
You want it to be a win-win for both so that it's a good fit
Absolutely.
and you're setting this person and the employer up for success. So
Absolutely.
that's really good. And we hate to use the word free because it almost sounds like it devalues a program, but because it's a $4 million grant, that means basically there's prepaid monies available to support this kind of training once that person meets the eligibility requirements and you figure out exactly what kind of training they need. Is that correct?
Correct. So it would be paid training. We also offer paid internships. We can work with employers on the job training programs. So again, it's a flexible program. We have a lot of different resources at our disposal. Again, just to try and customize it so that it meets everybody's needs.
Well, and as we've just seen, there's already been some success with it. So we have 3 more years of hopefully matching candidates for TechHire New Mexico with employers and getting them decent paying jobs in the IT field.
Without the requirement of a 4-year degree. I wanted to add that.
Without the requirement of a 4-year degree. Yes, I think that scares people off. Exactly.
Program.
Yeah, no, that's great. So prepaid, the monies are there, excuse me, for the training if you meet the eligibility, and this is without a 4-year degree.
Correct.
So you're getting specific training for a job here in the Central Region. And when we talk about Central Region, we're really talking about the 4 counties in the center of the state that make up about 40% of the state's population. Right. So that's Valencia County, Bernalillo, Sandoval, and Torrance County as well.
And that is one of the eligibility requirements. The participants need to reside in one of those 4 counties or be willing to relocate to one of those 4 counties.
And how would people get involved, get more information about TechHire? Is there a website they can go to?
Yes, it's TechHireNewMexico.org, or they can certainly call the Workforce Center and speak to one of our TechHire representatives and give them all the information they need.
Great. And what's the best number for them to call the Workforce Center? Is it the 843, or should it?
It would be 505-843. I believe we'd probably want to give them your number
Sure.
or one of the CDSs.
That's
it
a
would
good
be
idea.
So
843-1919.
that'd be perfect.
Or
Okay.
just go on down to 501 Mountain Road.
Perfect. They can walk in
and
and-
inquire there. And I would also like to emphasize that if people are interested in the IT field or need a job in general, maybe not in the IT area, and they, maybe they don't meet some of the requirements that we have here, if they go into any of our workforce centers, there are many, many partner programs there that can help them find jobs, no matter their age, their skill set.
Tailor programs to their skill sets or assess their aptitudes for what kinds of jobs they need and what kinds of jobs are out there.
Right.
And that's basically what New Mexico Workforce Connection does. There's an office in each of the 4 counties
Yes.
that people can go into. And as you mentioned, Geraldine, I think it's great that you brought that up because TechHire is a fabulous program, but if you're not between 17 and 29 and you're interested in IT or anything else, you can certainly go into any one of those. And the website for that one would be www.wccnm.org. Right.
And even if you go to that site, you can there's a link there to TechHire as well. So so we're from the same organization, so you can go to either one of those sites. But yes, come into the centers. There are people to help you if you're from any walk of life, from any of the 4 county areas. And I'd also like to say for those that are outside of the 4 county central region, there are workforce centers in other parts of the state as well that we don't have control over, but there are other resources as well.
I think people don't realize what a fabulous resource the Workforce Connection is, because it's not just for the person. I mean, it like you said, it meets people who've had careers and for whatever reason they don't anymore. People who've dropped out of school, whatever the case may be, the Workforce Center, the Workforce Connection can help them figure out where they're at, assess their needs, and possibly connect them. And on the other hand, they can also, Workforce Connection acts as support for the businesses as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
We have a really robust business unit that does outreach to businesses every day, and we help businesses find those those perfect candidates for their job openings. We have job fairs, career fairs, things of that nature. But separate from TechHire or with TechHire, there are on-the-job training possibilities and opportunities, and also customized training opportunities where we can help supplement some of the training for employers, where they do have to contribute, but at the end of the day, it really is a win-win. To help supplement some of their training needs as well.
Right, they're contributing, but they're also getting something in the end that's going to benefit them for time on to come, because they're getting valuable workers and people who actually understand their particular work goals that they have. So I think it's great for job seekers, but it's also great for the local employers. So again, good luck with the TechHire program. Is there anything I'm missing or leaving out that we want to mention?
No, just give us a call or go to our website and we'll see if we can get you enrolled in the program.
Right, great time to look at getting into the IT field if you've had that kind of interest.
Yes.
Well, thank you ladies very much.